When you were partying, I studied the blade. When you were having premarital sex, I mastered the blockchain. While you wasted your days at the gym in pursuit of vanity, I cultivated inner strength. And now that the world is on fire and the barbarians are at the gate, you have the audacity to come to me for help? This infamous quote from Mii Swordfighter sent shockwaves around the world, sending a clear message to any gamer who was ready to accept the challenge. Will you lay down and die like a coward? Or will you go to that customization menu, make a Mii Swordfighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, now available for the Nintendo Switch, and join the fight? And it would seem as though today, you've made your choice. So no more playing around. Let's show you the ropes. So first and foremost, before we can get to the custom moves, it's worth noting that of the Mii fighters, the Swordfighter is probably the most well-rounded of the three between their special moves and standard attacks. So while it's certainly not as fun as equipping your Swordfighter with a quadruple 1080 sword slash, I'd say it's equally important for you to know about their other moves as well, with the star of the show in this regard being Mii Swordfighter's aerials, which are going to help you to fill the gap between any time where you can't use one of those kooky, crazy custom attacks. Neutral aerial and forward aerial are fantastic tools for zoning, back aerial and down aerial can bring a fully grown adult to tears in the most entertaining way possible with the power of unnecessarily early kills, and up aerial is going to turn your match into a game of human hot potato real quick when you start juggling your opponent into insanity. Aside from that, smash attacks are solid, not a lot of reach and a bit too much lag, but god damn it, they've got spunk. And throws are also kind of meh, but back throw can come in handy in a real pinch. Anyway, that's pretty much all you gotta know about the boring moves, so now let's talk about our little build-a-blade workshop. And obviously, as the name implies, there's a lot of customization involved in this character, both functionally and fashionably, which means there's a whole lot of mixing and matching that can be done. So instead of painstakingly dragging you through every last move like an encyclopedia with a vendetta against the concept of enjoyment, I've laid out 3 archetypal swordfighter subclasses that will hopefully cast a wide net for people who are unsure what attacks, and more importantly, what style suits their needs. And it goes without saying that if you think you really jive with one of these fighter tropes, but there's just one move you can't seem to fit into your playstyle, switch it out for something else. This isn't a science, this is just some weirdo with a microphone talking out of his ass about video games. It's your life, do what you want. That said, if you already think this game is complicated enough and just need to know the kill button so you can stab away to your heart's content, allow me to present you with the first subclass, aptly named Swingy Smashy. Some call it a one-track mindset, others call it a lack of brainpower required to play video games at a high level, but whatever you want to call it, this is the layout for any player who has one goal in mind and one goal only: hit the other guy until I win. This balls-out rushdown strat holds an arsenal of moves that exemplify the concept of the best defense is no defense at all, because anything that doesn't involve me mincing my opponent like a fat slab of meat is a waste of energy. With that in mind, the first move in this setup is Blurring Blade, a flurry of blows that's gonna blast an opponent out of the stratosphere at a full charge and crunch shields harder than even the captain himself. We've also got Airborne Assault and Power Thrust that close the gap between you and your opponent sword first in the most unnecessarily extravagant but effective way possible. And for recovery, you've got Skyward Slash Dash, which, though you might be confused in thinking that this is the name of a Sonic OC, it's really just effectively yet another swing sword first, ask questions never move disguised as a recovery that can also be aimed in any direction. As for the style of this character, whatever look you think is best going to convey the message of, I have actually no clue what any buttons do except for A and B, but I'm still gonna kick your ass, you go for it, champ. Anyway, this next swordfighter subgenre goes out to all those anomalies of humankind who think that if they surround themselves with enough shonen anime, they'll eventually become a ninja in real life. This fighter is one that I refer to as weeb jutsu for reasons that I feel are unnecessary to go into detail in. And if you happen to be one of those people, I mean, like, listen, man, me too, but, like, maybe just tone it down, like, a little bit. Anyway, you can probably figure out the look just from that description alone. Imagine literally any character in anime who's cool because they don't play by the rules, but with a poorly crafted and absolutely cursed face that even a mother couldn't love. When it comes to the moveset, obviously, first and foremost, this weeby wet dream's gotta have the shuriken, cause duh. There's also the chakram, which actually has nothing to do with Japan and in reality comes from India. But what do you think the chances are those Naruto-running bastards are gonna know the difference anyway, right? Anyway, both of those moves are superb spacing and edgeguarding attacks, so why question the chakram's validity in this category when you could instead be spending that time pelting your enemies with the death frisbee? Then for a down special, you've got Reversal Slash, which reflects people in projectiles and just kind of looks like a technique you would learn from some ancient dragon in order to, like, I don't know, just fucking clap Dracule Mihawk's cheeks and become the world's greatest sword. You get where I'm going with this. Looking at the recovery department now, Scabbard Slash is a pretty good recovery if you know how to work it, but if you're not, you're just gonna die in a spectacular fashion, and that's that's just anime power-ups in a nutshell, so there you go. Now let me transition into the final sword fighting subclass with a question. Do you hold a true burning desire deep within you to always be the best gamer of anyone you know? Sometimes even going to extreme limits to ensure that others know without a doubt that you're the undisputed champion of all gamerhood? God, what a noble man you must be. Well, great, this fighter variation is perfect for you. It's called Small PP. Let's get into it. First off, when it comes to the moveset, the self-proclaimed best player deserves the best move. So with attacks like Gale Strike, which is a huge tornado with fixed knockback that allows you to consistently get off follow-up attacks and murk those wicked bitches of the East harder than any house ever could. Gale Stab, which can work both as an effective horizontal recovery and a KO move. Hero Spin, which is pretty much just Link's recovery, and they gave that move to like 3 Links, so if every iteration of the Hero of Hyrule fucks with it, then you know it's gotta be good. And finally, Blade Counter, which allows you to take an opponent's attack and hand it right back to him at 1.5 times damage like a complete asshole. With all of these moves put together, you've got your perfect pub stomping kit to let your adversaries know who's on top, thanks to your game knowledge and your presumably very small penis. And what better way to top this fighter off than to use a fighter model that tells your opponents, I'm gonna kick your ass with a character that looks like they struggle against a strong breeze, let alone high-level combat. It's gonna make them look even worse and make you look like even more of a dillweed. So in summary, Ariel scratched some itches that specials can't cover, finding the right special move layout is important, and of course, if you like some moves from some setups I listed but not others, don't be afraid to mix and match. Nobody's gonna arrest you, it's a video, god damn it, just do what you want. And on that note, go out there, train hard, troll harder, and remember that even after all of that, if you still aren't able to get a win, just load up a blank canvas and roll the dice on the next me. Until next time. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe because I make a new video every Monday. And look out for later this week when I'll be releasing a video on Mii Gunner, finishing off the trifecta. Anyway, thank you to all my patrons. I really appreciate you guys' support, it means a lot. You can also follow my social media if you want to, and I don't know, have a good day. Peace.